If you've been having issues soldering, guess what? You're on the right page. I'll be teaching you how to do soldering. I know there are so many people that wants to learn how to do a proper soldering but find it difficult. Sometimes you solder and your soldering looks like this. Sometimes you solder and your soldering looks like this. Or are you soldering a lithium ion battery, an 18650 to be precise, and your soldering is looking like this? Hold on, you're on the right page. I'm going to be teaching you and taking you on step-by-step process on how to solder panel lithium ion battery. We'll be starting with getting a good soldering iron. What kind of soldering iron are you using? That's the first thing. We have different kind of soldering iron. This is a type, this here is a type, this here is a type, and this here is another type. And soldering iron has different rating. I mean different rating. You have soldering iron. This soldering iron here is a 220-volt 60-watt soldering iron. Take a look at it. You can see it. It's a 220 volts here. It's a 220-volt 60-watt soldering iron. So I have a 60-watt soldering iron, which is this that I've just shown you, a 220-volt 60-watt soldering iron. And we have different kind of soldering iron. We have a 10-watt soldering iron. We have 60 watts, we have 100 watts, we have bigger size heavy duty soldering iron. And you need to know the soldering iron you will be needing for the work you want to do. We have different soldering iron for different work. You can't use a 10-watt soldering iron to solder. You can't use a 10-watt soldering iron to solder a big wire. You understand? Let's say hold on, suppose that this suppose this is a 4 mm wire, flexible, and they are all together. No, not there is a stranded it's stranded and it's together. Suppose you want to solder this to a particular spot. Suppose you want to solder this to a particular spot, and you are using a 10-watt soldering iron, 220 volts 10-watt soldering iron. You know it won't be possible. You know it can't work. So these are the reason why some people have these challenges. These are the reason why students that are trying to learn how to do a proper soldering find it difficult to solder, and some give up at the end of the day. But does it really worth it? No. That is why channels like this help you to know what to do, help you to make the right decision, help you to know the right tools to get so that you don't give up on time. Because when most of the time you don't have a guide or a tutorial to help you do what you're meant to do, you end up giving up and you just lose it and lose focus. Meanwhile, you know there's something you want to achieve. And in this field that most of us find ourselves in, or that we entered because of what we love in it, we know we use so much of soldering iron. And when you get a soldering iron like this, when you get a new soldering iron like this, the first thing that you are meant to do is to test your soldering iron. Most soldering iron has a light indicator here that tells you that okay, your soldering iron is working, and some of them don't work. Why? Why is because there's a factory error. There's an issue from the factory. So you have to be sure wherever you're getting it from, unless you're getting it from a store, online store where you have to return it. If you're getting it from a shop, then make sure they test this for you. Make sure you test your soldering iron before taking it home. Then clean. So when you get your soldering iron, you make sure you plug it into your 220 volt power system. You understand? 220 volt power system. This is an AC soldering iron, not a DC soldering iron. This is an AC soldering iron, not a DC soldering iron. So you take it and then you plug it into your power outlet. So this is mine. So yeah. Now, another thing to consider when trying to do your soldering. Another thing that you must consider when trying to do your soldering is your soldering lead. Okay, now this is a an interesting thing. So different we have sorry we have varieties of soldering lead, and this is the one I use. Take a look at it. It might not be common. It might not look at it. It might not be common where you work, and you can see it's a 1.0 mm lead, 1.0 mm lead. And because we have different kind of lead, and things you need to consider when doing your soldering, or things you need to pay attention when doing your soldering, is your lead size. Your lead size, it really matters. Your lead size really matters. For you to get a fast soldering, you need to use the right lead. The right lead, you need to use the right lead for what you want to work or what you want to do. So now I'm using a 60-watt soldering iron, and let's say I want to solder a lithium ion battery. I want to solder a lithium ion battery, and I'm using a 60-watt soldering iron. Look at the size of my lead, 1.0. It will do a very good job. But then there are other kinds of lead size, just as we have different size of soldering iron. We have bigger size. This is a kind of lead. This is a bigger lead. Uh, and also, for those who repair phones and all of those things, they use a smaller lead compared to this. Now, let me tell you one of the reasons why most of you are having issues with soldering. Your lead size is one of the reasons, because you just aside from the what's it called, soldering iron size, your lead size is very important. You don't just jump to get soldering iron and then you just want to start soldering. Your lead size is very important. Now, does this mean that a 10 watt cannot melt this? No, but it's not meant to do it. A 10 watt soldering iron should not be used for bigger soldering lead. That's why you have smaller soldering lead. So now if I'm soldering a lithium ion battery, for example, I can use this 1 mm, I can use 0.6 mm lead to solder this. You understand? So that, so as to have a smooth soldering. Do you get? I can use this to solder this so as to have a smooth soldering. Then another thing that you need to pay attention to is the surface of where you are soldering. Suppose I want to solder this lithium ion battery. Suppose I want to solder this lithium ion battery. I pay attention to the surface. Uh, when you get a new lithium ion battery, there is something that is being applied to the surface that make it impossible to solder. I've encountered it multiple times and then I discovered a solution. So suppose I'm soldering this, I get a sandpaper, and then I pay attention to this, and when I do that, suppose I'm soldering this part, I take I'll take my sandpaper and then move it against the surface. I'll move it against the surface and see. Now look at this. I hope you can see that the surface is rough already. uh you can see it's kind of rough compared to how this look is is rough. That is because of I motioned my sandpaper against the surface. So what happened is that the sandpaper has cleaned off the part that there is like a covering that prevents smooth soldering on this. Now I'm going to show you how to do a proper soldering on this without stress, without stress at all, without stress at all. So after waiting for your soldering iron to get hot, also when you have a metal scrub or a sandpaper, scrub the surface of your the the the, the bit, soldering bit of your soldering iron, scrub it so that anything there, any coating on the surface can peel off so that the heat can do its work perfectly. So I'm going to do this. Take a look at this. So suppose I have a something like this. I will just do like, I'll just peel it off like this. And then take this against it to clean it, to clean it and make it look very, very okay. Now there you go. So next I'm going to take my battery. So remember, this is your soldering, this is the surface, and let's place this here. So you are going to place your soldering iron on the surface that you want to work on. You place it there for it to heat up that surface for a few seconds, probably 5 to 10 seconds. Let it heat it up for a few seconds, then you, yeah, pay attention to this. Now you place this on the surface. Make sure you have a place where you are placing your soldering iron after work so that it does not burn something. So take a look at the surface. Can you see this? Can you see? Suppose I want to solder a wire on it. I just do this. You can see. There you go. I'm good to go. You can see how strong it is. It can't move. It is perfect like this. So you can see this. Yeah, you can see. So it is perfect. This is how you do your soldering without stress. This is how you do your soldering. So watch out for part 2. I'll be showing you how to solder on panels. How to solder on panels. Watch out for part 2, where I show you how to solder on panels like this. So when you have a panel like this, I'll be showing you how to do a good soldering on it. Also make sure to like, share to your friends and colleagues or classmates or coursemate, and also subscribe for more videos like this. Check on my YouTube page or YouTube channel for videos like this that will inspire and help you grow. Know that Dave's link is here for you. Thank you.